Caught me rubbing my eye. Allergy season has begun. I saw the first white blossoms of ragweed on the way back from the gym this morning. So, which would explain why my sinuses have been a little. So, good morning, beloveds. We are here to do your spiritual power. So let's do the housekeeping really quick. And all the housekeeping is me reminding you we are Creative Life Spiritual Center. The website is creativelife.org. The constant contact email, info@creativelife.org. You will email that. You get one email a week that tells you what's going on for the week or the month, the week and the month. The hot links are hot. So if it says click here now, it means it. And it is a real person doing it, which is why you get one email a week. Unless something unusual happens, I merely point that out simply because we do live in hurricane country. And then the last thing about the email is it is a blind CC, which means nobody will see your email. You're not going to end up on anybody else's email list because of us. All right. And then I'm going to mention the social media merely from the standpoint of we do not monetize it. So what we ask you to do, it's a free way that you can support us, is to like, follow, subscribe based on which platform you are on. And then engage with the individual posts. And so react to the post, comment on the post, share the post. It bumps us in the algorithms. More people see our stuff. We appreciate it. All right. So there is that. All right. That should be everything. Oh, I guess I should tell you what they are. We are Creative Life Spiritual Center or Creative Life Spark, depending on which platform. And I'm the I am the running Rev Ryan across the platforms that I am on. So there is that. Okay. What we are doing is your spiritual power, which is, according to this here, a collection of inspirational writings. I think like God, Your Silent Partner, which is in your invisible power, was in the Living the Science of Mind textbook, which I just read. It's possible that the rest of it was actually in the textbook, or it could be in the Living the Science of Mind. I just haven't gotten to look because I put my Living Science of Mind away. But the Living of the Science of Mind came out of the at-home course, whereas, so now I'm like, your invisible power? They did say that some of the things in here are rare, like the Immortality one. I've never seen that anywhere else. But inspirational writings. So, that's what we're working our way through. We are currently doing your invisible power, and we are in God, your personal self. And we are going to tackle the power that is within you today. So, let me grab my glasses and put the light on, and then we will do the power that is within you. From your invisible power. All right. Whew, nice deep breath, because I need one. I don't know about you. The power that is within you. The power that is within you is the power of your word. This power is not so much a will as it is a willingness. That is, you will never have to will things to happen. You will merely have to know that they are happening. This power, as law, which is within you, is neutral and impersonal. You are not to think of it as though it were God, for the law of mind within you is merely a mechanical force which you may use for definite purposes. Hence, it is no more God than electricity is God. It is the reaction of the law of cause and effect to your word. This law of cause and effect is merely a way, a medium. It is an all-powerful medium and an all-perfect way. And in case perfect is a trigger word for you, remember that perfect is inclusive. It means it's all-inclusive. It's whole. Okay? Doesn't mean flawless. It means whole. I know perfect is a trigger word for me. Hence my suggestion there. And we have an illustration here. So he may talk about it. I don't know. You have been exercising an authority and a power over this law through your word. But you were not entirely conscious of this word because this word was just as much subjective as it was objective. It was more or less unconscious, rising out of race suggestion. You are not to think of the power within you as a person. It is merely a principle. It is a principle of nature, a law of cause and effect, a medium. You have the power to use this medium any way you see fit. Therefore, you have thought that the law of your being was one of bondage. Now you are going to discover that it is freedom. Just as it was discovered that the law which causes a piece of iron to sink will cause an iron boat to float, so you will discover that the very law which has produced discord in your life can easily produce harmony. That's interesting. I'm glad you put a lump of iron on water and it sinks, and you put a boat on, that's very interesting. Therefore, you will not be using two powers, but one power in two different ways, and experience has already taught you the better way to use this power. I like that. Ooh. You will not be using two different powers, but one power in two different ways. Okay. In other words, you wish to use this power to produce happiness, success, joy, love, and friendship, rather than their opposites. You wish to make iron float by the very law which made it sink. That is, you are going to reverse your mental position. For this is your authority in the law. You are going to realize good instead of evil. Wait, okay. This is your authority. You are going to use your authority in the law to create beauty, peace, and joy. They will respond just as quickly as the more ugly manifestations have responded, and you are going to have the greatest satisfaction which can ever come to you. The satisfaction of knowing that hang on. What? Okay. You are going to have the greatest satisfaction which can ever come to you. The satisfaction of knowing that you are really a free mental agent in a spiritual universe which holds nothing against you, but which always desires your good. Okay. The satisfaction of knowing that you are really a free mental agent in a spiritual universe which holds nothing against you. Kind of important there. All right. So no greater good can come to you than to know that the power already within you is the power to live, the power to create, not only to create for yourself, but for others, the power to do good, the power to heal, the power to prosper. You are to realize that the power within you is a divine authority. It is a dispenser of divine gifts. It is a giver of life, of joy. It proclaims the kingdom of heaven, the harmony of the soul, and the unity of all being. This power within you responds definitely to direct conscious thought. It responds as a mathematical and mechanical law of cause and effect. No one can hinder your use of this power, since it is an immediate presence at the center of your own being. That right there is a very important point. Okay? No one can hinder your use of this power, since it is an immediate presence at the center of your own being. So others can talk about getting in your way, but really, truly, they cannot get in your way unless they convince you that they can. Okay? If they convince you that they can get in your way, then you're going to let them get in your way. But in the end, it's still you letting them get in your way. No one can get between you and your word, because that power is coming from within you. And there is nothing other than you within you. So nobody can hinder your use of that power unless they convince you that you don't have it. And a lot of religion is busy doing that. I wonder why. I don't have to wonder why. I know why. It's all about control. But that was not its original purpose. Religion had a very good purpose of community. And then they got a taste of power in, well, we see where we are now. Okay. So no one can hinder your use of this power, since it is an immediate presence at the center of your own being. No one can reverse your use of it, since nothing can contradict its authority. Again, if somebody contradicts your authority, you are the one letting them do that. Nobody gets to gainsay your life. Therefore, you not only have some power at the center of your being, you have access to all the power there is at the center of your being, to all the presence there is, and to the only God there is. You must begin to contemplate this power within you as answering your every need, supplying your every want, fulfilling your every wish, and you must believe that it does this immediately, right now, not tomorrow, but today, because the law of this power within you knows no time. Therefore, when your word directs the law within you, it must always direct it for today. You must give conscious direction to this law, and you must definitely expect it to respond. When you say to the law within you, do this, you must know it is going to do it. You must believe. There must be no doubt in your consciousness. For the power, presence, and law are one and the same thing, and the creative imagination of your own thought is the dictator of your destiny. And we are going to stop there. The dictator of your destiny. The only dictator of your destiny is you, your own thought. Your own imagination. And I always like to go back to that quote from Albert Einstein, that worry is a misuse of imagination. So, it's like, we're busy worrying about all the things that could go wrong. Why don't we imagine all the things that could go right? And then, then we are predicting our destiny in the positive rather than in the negative. And there it went. Okay, I guess I'm done. I don't know what else I was going to say. I'm done. Oh, the power within you. I guess I can go back to the point that I was really leaning in, is that nobody can get in the way of this power, because it's between you and God. It's literally between you and God. And there is nobody between you and God. And I think that's one of the reasons why I had so much trouble with the Catholic faith, because I was raised in the Catholic faith. And in the Catholic faith, Jesus is between you and God. Mary is between you and God. And you've got all these saints between you and God. And I went, yeah, no, I can go directly to God. I don't need all this. That's nice. And if you need that, great. But I can go directly to God. And it's one of the reasons why, I guess, I don't know. Sister Lucy was pretty amazing. And Father Tom was really good. I liked Father Dodd, but he was just a nervous, anxious man. Father Tom, on the other hand, ugh. And then I've met some really amazing Catholic priests. But just the faith was just, it's like, you get to go directly to God. You get to go directly to God. You get to go in, and the universe is set up in such a way that all of that power, it's a principle. You don't have to go plead with God, because God's already set up this power and this principle that you can use. And there's nobody who can tell you you can't. There are plenty of people that will try and tell you can't, but they don't have the authority over you to tell you that you can't do it. And that's what I love about Science of Mind. Yes, I have an REV in front of my name. Yes, it means that I have done some extra studying, but it doesn't mean I know any more than you do. It probably just means I'm more conscious of some of it than you are. But you have the same right and the same amount of power that I do. That REV does not grant me any more power than it grants you, than you have. It just means I've studied a little bit more. Maybe it means I needed more work, I don't know. So, but it doesn't grant me the power to tell you that you can't do this. It doesn't grant me the power to tell you that you can. It does give me the ability to remind you that you can. So just remember, there's nobody that can get between you and God. And that's it. That really is, and nobody can gainsay the way you use the law. They might have suggestions, and maybe they can give you some pointers, but they can't use it for you. Well, actually, technically they can if you ask them to. But that is, you have to give permission. So, but they can't tell you you can't do it. All right, beloveds. Well, I'm going to take a drink of water, and then I'm going to encourage you to have a great day. I'm going to encourage you to have a great day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonderful day, an awesome day, an amazing day, a take care of business day, a do what you got to do day, a I'm going to see if I can tame this mess day, a cuddle your fur babies day, and tell somebody you love them day, a it is Sunday, so go be with your community day, I'm apparently out of words, so take a break day, take a nap day, take care of yourself day, do something just for you day, a good day, and if that's too much pressure, because occasionally it is, simply have a day. You are enough just as you are. You're a beloved expression of the divine. Your spirit in motion, God in action, a brilliant light, a divine spark, a beautiful masterpiece, and a work in progress at the same time, at your own pace. It's my favorite part of that sentence, at your own pace. Again, nobody gets to tell you how to do it. They can offer you pointers. They can offer you suggestions. You don't have to take them. And as Reverend Jesse likes to call us, you are a godling. All right, beloveds. Explore the truth of your being. Get to know who the divine knows you to be, because the divine knows you to be good. And from there, anything is possible. All right. Reverend David should be on around 5 p.m. with you. I'll be back with you around 9-ish tomorrow. I think tomorrow we get to talk about the friend within you. Yes, that friend within you. It just keeps going. But before that, we will have an amazing service for you. Jesse's focused on spiritual healing, which I think is a fantastic topic. So please feel free to join us at 11, either in person or simply scroll up a video if you're watching this anytime after 11. And it'll be really good. And I will see you when okay. Take care of yourself. Know that you are loved, and I will see you next time.